Hello everybody and welcome back to the Breakfast Club. You're still with me, Ben Ibrahim, and Shasham Shiri. Well, he's taking a short breakfast break, but in his replacement, not to host, as our guest, Sarah Vanisha Richards. Sarah, how are you?
I'm good.
Now, Sarah, like I told our viewers and audience before the commercial break, you are a female football athlete. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Oh, okay. I'm 16 and I go to Sri Aman. Yeah. I play for school. Last year I actually played for the national team as well, the under-15 national team.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, tell us about that. Playing for the under-15 national team, yeah? Wearing the Malaysian colours. How was that?
It was a mixed feeling because, you know, we're not really that well known for football, but it still was an amazing thing to get to the national team at 15.
Okay, now last year, not last year.
Yeah, last year.
Now this year, we're talking about this year, you were sent to the Soccer Sports Visitors Program overseas, a program which is there to help female football athletes like yourself develop your skills. Tell our viewers about that program.
Firstly they took us to for the national team training, so we got to meet the US national team players.
Wow.
That was really cool. They even asked us a few questions and we could ask them a few questions as well. That was fun.
All this was overseas, yeah?
Yeah.
Which part of the world?
In America.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
We went to New York, New Jersey. Yeah, it was fun.
Okay.
Yeah. They even had leadership activities, how to get, you know, communicate with younger generations, so it can be really useful.
Now tell us about the standard of women's football in America, because America produced the likes of, well, great players like, you know...
Amy Wambach.
Yep, exactly. You took the words right out of my mouth. So tell us about the standard of women's football over there.
Compared to US and Germany and places like that, it's really high compared to Malaysia. Malaysia, you can't even compare it to.
Can't compare. Okay.
But to countries like maybe Pakistan and Bolivia, Indonesia, we're about the same level. So yeah.
So how many countries did you visit while you were overseas? That we can see on our screens there. You look very well, full of learning, let's just say, and very happy. Wow, that's a celebrity there. So tell us about what countries you visited, what you learned.
Basically, the only country I've visited for football was US. Most of the countries I've played have come to Malaysia to play. Yeah, so Singapore, Papua New Guinea.
So what do we need to do, Sarah, here in Malaysia to get to that level like they have in the States, as we see on our screens?
Like what I saw in the States that we don't have here is, I went for as you can see in the photo, the US national team against Mexico, and there were lots of people there to support them. So what we need is, you know, support from the people. And I don't think it's they're not giving it. I just think they don't know much about women's football. So if they knew, maybe they would support us better.
Let's talk about the topic about women's football, not from a sporting point of view, but from a social point of view. Now, when you meet people at an open house, at a birthday party, at a dinner party, and you say to people, yeah, I'm a female football player, what is the reaction that most people give you?
Well, there's just two reactions. One is like, whoa, you're a female football player. The other one is, oh, you play football. Why not tennis? Why not badminton? So it's a mixed reaction. Sometimes, you know, you find people who are, you know, in awe, and the others are like, just, ignorant.
What do you say to yourself? Because I'm sure you're training very hard at the moment with your sport. But at the same time, you see other girls out there going shopping, me mama, socializing at Starbucks, and you must say to yourself, I'm sure, what am I doing? Should I take the road less traveled and go to Starbucks and, you know, go and have a great meal with my friends? Or do I just train? What do you say to yourself?
I actually go after training.
Okay. No, but like, I'm sure you're wondering, should I be doing this? Should I just live a life of a normal kid? Do you say that to yourself sometimes?
I think it depends on what your term, when you say normal, what do you mean by normal?
Very subjective, isn't it?
Yeah. Like, I mean, playing football and going to training is normal for me. So.
Is it?
Yeah.
Could you imagine a life without football or soccer training?
Not really.
Not really,
No. Yeah.
How did you get into it? Like, how did you get into sports?
I think
or football, most notably?
The World Cup once for the men was in Japan, and my brother,
in 2002. Yeah.
And my brother and my dad were watching it, and I guess from there, sort of, started watching, thought it was fun, then got into it. Yeah.
What was the attraction for you?
It was a team sport. Yeah, you know, like maybe badminton, it's just, you know, two people or something like that. Yeah, but it's a very, team-oriented sport.
So how old were you when you first started playing competitively?
13.
13, yeah? And you are now a very young age of 16.
Yeah.
Wow, she's been playing for 3 years. But in those 3 years, how supportive have your parents been towards your dreams and ambitions of becoming an athlete?
My parents have been very supportive. Like, at the beginning, they weren't sure if I was going to do this, like, you know, for real, or, if it was just
a
passing, fancy. But when they found out that I really had the passion for it, they were really supportive.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, how far do you want to go with your soccer career, Sarah?
Like, if I get called up for the national team, it'd be really cool. But if I don't, or if, I'd like to basically, you know, deal with younger kids, younger women, and promote women's soccer in Malaysia, and get more women, as in kids, to play soccer. That would be really good.
Now, what's stopping more women at the high school level to playing more sports? Because every time, I mean, I'm a big sports buff. Every time I meet a person in a social event, and I ask them, young 16-year-old girls, what are your interests? What are your passions? A lot of people would say, oh, I'm too busy. I've always got tuition. I always love to go shopping with my friends. I always like to go yum chow with my friends. But they don't make time for fitness and sports. Why, in your personal opinion?
I think because the Malaysian education system is very exam-orientated, like Form 3 and Form 5. So you kind of have a problem with commitment from women. They're just focused on their exams and stuff, especially SPM and PMR. So, it's kind of commitment that we need.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, the Women's Football World Cup is going on at the moment in Germany. We saw France defeat England 4-3 on penalties. And surprise, surprise, Japan defeated host Germany 1-0 after extra time. Are you surprised with this result?
Yeah, I was surprised with Germany's result. England, not really. I mean, Germany, because they were a very strong team. They hadn't lost before, and this was their first loss in how many matches, and they even had home advantage, so it was really surprising. But it's good for Japan, good for Asia.
From a football fan's point of view, Sarah, why can't England take proper penalties? We see it in 2002. No, not 2002. They didn't go out on penalties. We see it in 2004 in Euro. We see it in the 1998 World Cup. We saw it in the 1990 World Cup when they lost to Germany. Yes, Jurgen Klinsmann's Germany. So why can't they take penalties?
I don't think it's the women who have problem taking penalties as well. I think the men have taken penalties.
Okay. Look out, guys. Yes, females can take better penalties than us. But from a technical science perspective, what is difficult? What is the most difficult aspect about shooting a penalty? Getting a clean penalty at the back of the net. Many people think it's easy. But the pressure, oh my God.
Yeah, the pressure, especially you have like 20,000 fans screaming in your ears and stuff like that. So I think it's basically pressure and stuff that, you know, get you to make all those little mistakes that you normally don't make.
Right. Yeah. Have you ever taken a penalty before?
Yeah, I have. In a match,
Okay, if you had to take 10 penalties, how many penalties do you think you would score at the back of the net?
Like, it depends on the keeper. And depends.
What's your record like of penalties?
You see, I'm actually a last man. I'm a defender, so I rarely take penalties except if it's a penalty shootout.
Right. Yeah. Have you ever taken a penalty in a penalty shootout?
Yeah.
Okay, and?
Yeah, I've scored quite a number of times.
So what position do you play?
I'm defender.
Yeah, which one? Left back, right back, centre back?
Centre back, the last one, last man.
Sweeper?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's a tough role, because don't forget, if you're the sweeper, you're the last, in this case, woman, protecting the goalkeeper, and you usually are very big, very solid, very strong, but you look very petite. So do you have to work on your upper body strength?
Yeah, sort of, but you know, the girls I play with, they aren't much
Okay.
Stronger.
Are they watching? Watch out, girls. You might get clobbered the next time you're on the pitch. Hey, this is what you said on the Breakfast Club. Boom, you know? Yeah?
Yeah.
Anyway, what aspects of your game do you have to develop to go to the next level in your personal opinion?
Fitness. Definitely fitness. Like, the fitness of basically the Malaysian kids and the American kids are just different. So yeah, we need to get more fitness, and as well technical. We're not that bad on a technical level, but you know, what's technical without fitness, right?
That's right, that's right.
Yeah.
Now, out of all the aspects of technical football play, passing, shooting, trapping, dribbling, where do you think we Malaysians are the weakest compared to the rest of the world?
Like, I can only speak for the women's team.
From the women's side, of course.
I think it's just we're not brave. We're not outgoing. So it's like when you're on the pitch, they don't try new things, especially. So we need to be more, you know, brave to pass at least, or
courage.
Maybe, courage, and to dribble, because they don't want to. They just want to keep the ball and, you know, make sure they don't lose it, or afraid of losing it. So they don't really want to dribble, or they don't really want to pass.
Okay.
Yeah.
What does your coaches tell you?
Coach.
You're like the coach of your team at the moment. What are they trying to get? Not just you, but all the girls to do. You said earlier, some girls lack conviction, courage when passing and really attacking play. But what are the coaches trying to do to get you out of that mindset?
Yeah, they're basically just trying to get us to get better at it. Because once you're better at it, then you have more confidence. So that's basically it. So we have like training most of the time, and so it's
Right. Now, Sarah, what's your chances of being picked up by an overseas team? Because, like you said, the community of women footballers here in Malaysia is not that large. So is it really, really hard to get noticed?
Yeah, it is kind of really hard to get noticed, but if you go overseas and you audition, or not audition.
Wow, it sounds like the entertainment industry.
Or if you go in
for a trial,
yeah, I think you have high chances.
Okay. And what age do the selectors start identifying you at?
16, only 16, 17.
16.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because they identify you 16, 17, but you only play when you're like 18 or 19.
Oh, really? Yeah. And who is the Manchester United, Barcelona, Chelsea, Borussia Mönchengladbach of women's football in terms of club level? Because whenever people think club football, they'll think Manchester United, Chelsea, the Barclays English Premier League, the Serie A.
Yeah.
What about on the women's side, shall I say?
I think it's basically in the women's, their leagues aren't as, you know, popular as the men's.
Of course not. But the quality of football is good.
Yeah, the technical level is that good. The Americans, they have each university has a women's soccer team, so it varies between each team.
And Sarah, is there any particular website where we can find a little bit more information about yourself, women's football in Malaysia, and women's football in general, let's just say?
There's actually no website or anything on women's.
You don't have a particular Facebook account, a fan page, a YouTube site?
I have a Facebook account.
Okay, you have a Facebook account? Is there like a particular public figure Facebook account where people can find you?
No, not really.
I would suggest...
Not that famous yet.
Not that famous yet. I would suggest... Okay, we need to talk about marketing. And the first marketing tip I'm going to give you, when you go home today after school, please create a Facebook website for yourself and create some YouTube visuals. Because don't forget, sometimes that's how selectors pick you up. They see you on YouTube and say, I want that person in my team. Yeah, but Sarah, unfortunately, we're running out of time. But this has been a very, very pleasant chat about female football and female, competing in sports. Can you give our viewers some advice? You know, most of our viewers who do watch our program are predominantly housewives who are raising children, and some of those children do have aspiration to play football. So, what's your advice for them?
Just, you know, stand up and just go and just first find out if it's for you, and if it is, just come and join, because we need lots of support, especially from the women, and then once the women support women's football, eventually the men will too.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that is Breakfast with Sarah, Vanisha Richards. Stand up and support women's football. We're just going to take an extended break over to our newsreader for the local and international headlines. And then when we come back at 9:30 a.m., Shah Shamshir will rejoin me and we're going to talk about some more interesting and funny stories. And we have another guest. So stick with us right here on The Breakfast Club. Don't go away. Thanks very much.